Previously on Roll Britannia.
What do you mean by animals? What are animals here?
These are Kosamon. You've stepped out. I'm the original.
I'm the dragon, Keth. I like invisibility. This is cool. And I can fly. I'm a dragon.
A boulder-like creature with stumpy appendage.
The name's Etcham. Cash Etcham. Are you here for the big tournament?
Yes. I need you to steal some matches.
I'm sure I had the other ones here somewhere.
Cash, how's it going?
How about a practice battle? Look at you!
What has happened to your Gallop door?
Get him into the care centre.
Malrus, how many balls did he
Just the one.
I need more.
Just gonna grab 4.
I'd like a new room.
This one should be to your liking. It's on the top floor.
What we need is backup for you guys. Find someone really drunk, try and steal his Icos.
Barry, he's the
Barry, something for the minibar?
Sounds marvellous.
If we've got anything hard, we can hit him.
The bottle's not gonna work.
I'd
Gag
club
him.
him over the head. You not be quiet. I wanted to show you to my little familiar here, Bill. How impressive is this guy?
Kosamon.
Why don't I land on your arm? I'll pretend to go into the Icosable, and then you can say that you're trading me.
You want to trade my Humphrey for your what's his name?
Oh yes. I think we should toast this with another few drinks.
You get to the arena. IDs, please, IDs. An official-looking person welcomes all of the Icosamon trainers to the games, and then the lights go out. Fiery bird soars up to this cauldron that has risen. Flames appear, and the games are officially open.
Hey, Malrus.
What did I miss?
Barry, do you think they've got lasagna in there?
All caught up? Good. Let's get back to the action. When we left the action, it was a grand ceremony of pomposity and fireworks and firebirds and fire rings.
Firebirds?
Fire.
Yeah.
You're fired.
Yes, Malrus didn't see.
Lots of firings
I was
took place.
I was in balls at the time.
Pontiacs everywhere.
Just absolutely covered in Pontiac Trans Ams. Absolutely everywhere.
There's Burt Reynolds.
Yes, there is. Oh, I love Archer. And it was all fantastic. It was all fantastic, and you all had a lovely time.
Wait, hold up. Have I seen the bloke, the official?
I think you came out of your ball a bit too late.
Did I miss him? Or
Well,
did I
you
see
saw
him?
you saw an official who was asking for ID.
Yeah, that's not like...
No, I need the official.
Well, the last
right.
thing that was said, I think it was that he was doing a
It's-
speech, and then the bird flew in and it landed in the cauldron. Fire came up, but he didn't say that he'd gone off the precipice. But you know, the dungeon master might be like, "Hey, guess what, guys? He's not on the precipice anymore."
He disappeared.
Not that I'm going to give him any ideas.
He's
or
gone
anything.
to the green room.
Yeah, like...
You might have to roll a perception check here or something, Malrus. I don't know.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. If you're doing what I think you're doing, there is going to be one hell of a perception check that's going to have to be required here, for the simple reason that what I want you to envisage is you are stood in, like, imagine if you will, a sports stadium.
Yes.
With seating all the way around, yes.
Yes.
And a sort of competitive area in the centre, somewhere
Yes.
that would hold several thousand people.
Of course.
You know, this is a big event. This is like the event
I would assume
of the
that
Orcish Republic.
It's
they
an
would
Olympic
probably have
level
some
event.
sort of giant sphere screen that one could observe from.
I mean,
magnified.
you could assume that if you wanted to assume that.
But it might be on the flame at this point.
They don't have
But
to.
there is ever so slightly a turn of phrase that people use about assumptions and
Oh,
when
I know.
when you make them.
Yeah.
Something about donkeys.
Yeah. When you assume something, it
You
causes
make an
people
asshole out of
to
yourself.
say ridiculous phrases. And
You look like a twat. Sorry, no.
yes,
No.
Says you
Sorry.
with a dragon on your head.
Yeah, no, I've got a dragon on my head that keeps breathing fire every time I talk. It seemed apt.
so despite the fact that you were able to hear this fella stood very high up in the stadium through magical means of magnification of voice. There isn't so much a giant sphere.
I love the idea that Malrus just sees this tiny figure from like half a mile away and is like, I'm going to turn into him, and then just turns into this teeny tiny like 1-inch figure, and we're like, not quite what we planned here.
So I mean, look, I'm not gonna tell you can't do something. So Malrus, if you would like to roll a perception check to try and see if you can identify enough details about this person who is stood probably the length of 2 football pitches away from you, please feel free to roll for that.
Go on,
Just grab your D20 and give it a roll.
It's worth a try.
It would be rude of me.
At disadvantage.
2 nat 20s, one after the other. That's what we got. Come on.
It would be rude of me not to at least try.
You've got to.
I mean, it would.
Absolutely, yeah.
It really would.
So,
Pass the binoculars.
I don't feel like it.
So
Malrus is squinting, and Keth's got binoculars from his special kit.
I did get a monocle, but I don't think it'll be good for this.
When I come out of
Probably be about half as
when
good.
I come out of this ball, I think I'm probably still a slightly off-looking Keth. So what's Keth's perception?
Okay. So I get a +5 for perception, and that
okay.
is wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I have 15 on wisdom anyway, but +5 is very handy. I perceive many things.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to do it because it's a 17.
Yeah.
It's not got the word natural in it. I didn't think it was going to work.
Yeah.
And as it's at disadvantage, can you roll again, please?
Yeah.
It wasn't a 17. It was a
8.
4.
Counteract it with some inspiration.
I mean, just in case he rolls 2 consecutive more ones, because he'd have to roll that twice.
Hang on, if I did roll a nat 1 as Keth, I can't do my lucky thing.
You don't have your lucky anymore, so don't roll a 1.
Okay.
That's an 18 this time.
Yeah, so it would be the 17, which is not enough.
Is this important enough for me to use inspiration?
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
You want a third go at this?
Yeah. You got to know when to hold them. No,
I love that it would probably be the most uninspired time to use inspiration as well. Just don't do it.
This would be a pick your battles moment.
Look, no, there's no railroading here.
No,
want
that's
to do
true,
it,
yes.
Malrus?
No, I won't do it.
Okay.
Hang on. You've been in the same podcast. There's no railroading Malrus. If he wants to do something strange and destructive, potentially, he's going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, there is, to be fair. That is fair. Okay.
Continue.
Okay.
I've heard his voice, though, so...
You have.
But you can't speak.
No, but if I hear his voice again and perceive him, then...
You'll know who he is.
I will know who he is. Yes.
That's true. Logged that one away, just in the old memory bank there, the old...
Someone's been studying his character sheet.
Should let me out earlier, guys. This would have been a lot easier.
You went into your own ball. You took yourself in.
Yeah, to get through security.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I'm still inside my Icosa.
We only just got through security, then this fucking bird came out of nowhere and Keth started chatting about lasagna. I was like, I best let Malrus out. Sorry, mate. There was no opt moment.
Oh dear. So the party sort of proceeds on, and there's much jubilation and orcish music, and then there's a giant barbecue. And Keth,
from the fire pit.
What are you eating at the barbecue? Yep.
They're
toasting them. Yep.
A big grill's laid down on top of this massive cauldron. They put barbecue sausages and shit.
That's what I had in mind. When you say a giant barbecue, I thought there was just an enormous spit over a huge bonfire, and there's a giant.
No, there is.
cooked.
That is exactly what's happening. Yep.
Well, after the open, I imagine it's like a giant barbecue tapas. So after the first course, the small one of lasagna, I'd like
lasagna. Is there lasagna? Did Keth get his lasagna?
I'll tell you what there is. There are there's canapes of lasagna going around on little trays.
Teeny tiny squares.
tiny little ramekins of lasagna.
And I imagine as a waitress or a waiter walks past, Keth just very politely but firmly just takes the entire tray.
How do you politely take an entire
Those are for
tray?
me.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Don't forget to share, Keth.
Feel free to dig in, but I just love lasagna.
Where's
Is
Derek?
Keth secretly Garfield?
He just hates Mondays.
Yes.
Derek's
Loves
still in his,
lasagna, hates Mondays.
yeah, Derek's still in his Pokeball. His
I'm going to let Derek out.
Icososphere.
Yeah, I'll let Derek out.
You're letting your Kosamon out, yeah?
I mean, I was just thinking about it as I was chewing on some lasagna. You may have misheard Keth, as he had a mouthful of lasagna.
I believe it was Malrus.
No, I believe it was Malrus that decided to do
Yeah,
it. So
he's
you
just
tell
gonna
me
do
what's
I
going
mean,
on.
I mean, if
I was
OG Keth
covering.
wants to let
was
him
covering.
No. You said I'm letting Derek out.
Fine.
I believe those were the words you
Yeah.
said. Not I'm asking Keth. So I'm asking Malrus.
Fine. I'm
What are you doing, Malrus?
I'm going to walk up to Keth and find Derek's Icosaur.
Okay, roll sleight of hand
He was so unhappy about
as
this now.
Keth.
Keth, what's your sleight of hand?
So you need to. Okay, so
This is a
It's
good way to get to know
dexterity,
all
that
of
is.
Keth's skills. Isn't
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll text you.
it? Just send him your character sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's little bits
Okay.
that say redacted, like black line through, that you can't know about backstory and stuff. But most
It
of
looks
it's
like an
there.
old Cold War report.
Yeah.
Just like so many.
Keth Frostiron.
Okay,
It's
so
Keth
dexterity
Frost and then the rest of it's
17 anyway.
blackout.
But I get +3 for sleight of hand.
So that's a 15.
So it'd just be
Okay.
a straight contest, I suppose.
This
I
will be
would
your
have to-
perception.
My perception.
Yeah, do a perception check.
Oh, it's not gone well. 9, and that's with
Yeah,
a
that's-
+5.
Wow, that went really badly.
Ooh.
So Malrus, you managed to sneak up to Keth and successfully locate Derek's Icosaur. And in a blinding sort of flash of white light, and Gallop Derek appears in the room.
Welcome to the party, pal.
I just got
Lasagna.
sleep in
Much shouting and alarm as
there. What's going on? Where
This
are
is
we?
Yeastmaster bottle.
Lasagna.
What are you doing out? I was going to ask you the same thing.
At that moment, several event security come running up to you, Keth, pushing their way through the crowd, yelling at you about having an Icosamon loose at the event and demanding that you put it back in its Icosaur immediately.
Whoa, lads. Do you not see the tie?
It must be a faulty Icosaur.
Get him back inside. You can't have them loose in here. This is a party.
I'm here to
I mean, why'd you put a tie on him? But either way,
'Cause
get
it's a
him back in
party.
his Icosasphere.
Can he not stay out with this tie on? He looks very formal. I had to
Care
tie
how
it.
formal he is.
Derek, quick, become a rock.
Yeah, I'll
Put him away.
I'll just pretend to be a rock with a tie on it in the middle of this banquet.
In the middle of this nice function room.
Yeah.
What kind of tie was it? Was it a paisley?
Sure.
A bow?
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Whatever
It
makes
was
you happy, Keth.
yeah, it was one of the cloth ones. I don't know.
One of the cloth ones.
Yeah.
You know, those classic fabric ties
Yeah.
opposed to the glass ones
Yeah.
that you usually wear.
These wooden ties are crap. You just can't wash them.
Oh. It was a novelty Christmas tie. I mean, last light tie.
Yeah.
Has it got a picture of Santa on one side?
Yes, and unfortunately, as I pretended to be
and
a
on the
rock,
other side, it's got
Picture of Derek.
yes,
got a picture of the Krampus, depending on which mood you're in. And then, unfortunately,
Yeah.
as I pretended to be a rock, it like accidentally activated one
What
of
are
the
you
jingles.
doing, Keth? Because these security
Right.
are hassling you now.
Oh, well, it must be a faulty Icosaur. I'll just get him straight back in. No,
Derek,
I'm out here.
in you come.
Oh, is that a tray of lasagnas? It's not for you. It's for me. Oh no,
Gallopers are whoa!
Where's it? You definitely go back in now.
So I'm going to throw my icososphere at Derek.
Sorry, man.
So I just want to paint a picture of words there. Derek, did you just pick up the entire tray and devour it, ramekins and all?
Yeah. I was
Okay.
pretty hungry, so.
Okay, fine.
Like the Cookie Monster.
Nom 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 nom.
Hey, fun fact about the Cookie Monster. Cookies dissolve the Cookie Monster, so every time you see the Cookie Monster eating cookies, they're rice cakes. Because oil's bad for the felt.
Oh.
Right.
I thought you meant
more you
just
know.
like as
I
an
thought it was.
organism.
Yeah, I thought it was a medical condition.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Why does
Well,
he
it's
do
The real Cookie Monster, as it's called.
Yeah,
medical
that's
condition
what I
of a
thought,
genuine
yeah.
living Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if
Anyway.
this is real, he's real.
That show business for you.
Don't ruin the magic shit. Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
So, are you attempting to get him back in the Icosable then?
Yes, I'm going to have to reacquire him.
Okay, do it then.
So-
you need to roll.
ceramics
So you need to roll some dice here. This is the usual procedure for the game. I think we've decided that it's you roll to hit with your dice, and Derek has to do a Constitution saving
lasagna
throw.
left.
Is what we seem to have settled on. for this.
So I
I'm
don't
gonna
have any
wipe
bonuses.
a
I just have to
slight
roll
bit
a
of it from the
20.
corner of my mouth and give Flick
roll
a
to
little
hit
bit
your
of lasagna.
your usual to hit with whatever your thrown weapon
And
thing
scrape a
is.
little bit off a rock.
14, which isn't very strong.
My armor class is 16.
Yeah, it doesn't hit. You miss.
I can't
What are you
really
gonna
just
do
go and
now,
do it again
big
until I get
boy?
the right result.
No.
for fear of a monumental bollocking.
Can can I roll?
You can do what you like.
Um,
This is the magical world of D&D. You do you.
Because
Keth, throw
I
a
feel
handful
bad
of empty
and I
balls
don't
at
want
him.
Keth to get in any more trouble and
Okay.
ball me too. So let's see if I can roll. What?
No one wants a Keth balling.
What?
Hold on. Actually, we're doing this wrong. I'll tell you for why. Because I made you capture him again last time you did this. Because it was a new Icosable.
Yes, it was.
But this is not a new Icosable now. Because he's been in it. So I think...
He just does it.
I think you can... It's a Constitution contest, I think. Did we decide that was what it was?
I'll
Or
go
did we
with
just-
that.
Because it's a battle of wills,
Yeah.
really, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
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 It was definitely something to do with Will, because I remember Tom getting confused about where
Yeah.
Will was as a stat.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think
Yeah.
it's not a roll to hit because it's not a
Okay.
new Icosable. I'm getting confused because I did it last
Okay.
time because it was new,
Fair.
and I made a
Oh,
note
so
of
it's
it.
catching a new ball. Yeah.
So
Yes.
let's do our contested roll.
Yeah. So let's rewind. Roll a contested
Refried.
Constitution throw.
I'm gonna just
Constitution
quickly
contrast.
throw back up the lasagna and eat it all again.
Yep. Blah, yep. Do all that. So, Keth, roll a Constitution
Malrus has stood there like Doctor Strange.
check.
Winding back time.
That's not great. 12.
19.
Well, okay, same result.
But it's the right one.
Yes.
So,
Use
so
inspiration.
Yay.
However, is it quite evident, like, because there's security around us and stuff, and that
Yes,
it's pretty evident
and
that
they
they're
are
going to get in
great,
trouble,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
I think in that case, I'll sort of begrudgingly stomp over to the Icosable and crush a few more ramekins on the way, and then just go,
Oh, you know, I really hate this, lads. I can't wait till this is all over.
And you duck yourself back. So after refusing to be recalled to your Icosable, you then stomp over and get inside it
'Cause it
willingly.
was my choice, yeah.
Nice. Okay, fine.
We'll do
Fine.
it on his terms.
See, chaps, sorry about that.
See, it doesn't happen again.
Of course.
And you spend the rest of the evening having hobnobbing and
How the fuck did that happen?
sipping glasses of
"Oh, they've got
orcish
hobnobs as well."
champagne.
Oh,
Yeah, chocolate ones.
fuck.
And the barbecue's lovely. You have lots of well-prepared
Yeah.
meats and some vegetarian options.
Jeff's grabbing a couple of hobnobs.
I have a question.
Making them invisible.
Go on.
Would there be, since it's a very swanky party on the eve of the opening ceremony,
Oh, guess what?
is there
Are you going to say girls?
a
that what it's building
familiar
up to?
voice in the room that we would have heard at the stadium?
Yes, there was, but I'm now back in my icososphere.
Roll investigation.
Keth, what's your investigation?
+3 on investigation.
Okie dokie.
Oh, he's got good stats, hasn't he?
It's like
Why
I
does Keth
built
always do so
him.
badly in a battle?
Tom shit at rolling.
It's all down to this horrible 20-sided thing.
That is a 15.
With a 15, you tell me who you're looking for.
I'm looking or hearing for a familiar
Listening,
voice.
some might say.
Yeah,
Yes,
that would
listening.
be the word.
For a familiar voice, which I would have probably have heard the tail end of back in the big stadium.
You're listening for the voice that was giving the speech. right?
Yes.
Yeah. With a 15, unfortunately, you don't hear that voice.
To be expected. But I thought I'd try anyway.
You do hear Cash Etcham.
Oh, no.
I'm listening for.
What's he have to say? What's he talking about? Can I eavesdrop?
You overhear him talking to Foggy, who's there as well.
Ooh.
And you overhear them discussing some of their previous escapades. There was
Dirty.
they were talking about this time they went to this city that was really polluted, and they cleared out a drain. And they were talking about this one time.
It's an
they
odd
went
life,
to-
isn't it?
Yeah, they went to this weird place that was full of butterflies.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds nice.
And there was this one time they went in a cave and it was full of bats.
Standard.
And one of them had a rope around its neck for some reason. And
If found, please return too. This little brown paper label on the end of the lead.
but sadly, it's just you just hear them recounting some of their tales. There's nothing too exciting. Well, unless you're into that sort of thing, and then you might find. You might find enough content to stretch out for sort of 20 seasons of an animated TV show.
I wonder what
That sounds
animated
absurd.
TV show that could have been.
You could potentially turn it into a series of video games or something if you were so inclined.
I think you're stretching.
Yeah.
This sounds like a stupid idea. No one's going to buy that.
No.
Perhaps
a card game. Perhaps
no
just
one
a
will make
card
any
game.
card
It's-
trading games.
It's probably not going to run for about 20 odd years either.
No, madness.
I'm not still watching it.
Oh, Pokemon! You're talking about Pokemon.
That's my line. The what?
Anyway. So the evening progresses and you find yourselves clearing out and heading back to the apartment, and very briefly let's just discuss what your nighttime arrangements are going to be, because you've been advised to get yourself a good night's sleep because tomorrow is the first day of the tournament, and you need to be up bright and early to find out exactly when you will be fighting your first match.
So we're back in the apartment now.
Yes.
The first thing I'm going to do is to prevent any further escapes or catastrophes is immediately release Derek. Once the door's firmly closed and the chain is on.
Derek, out you come.
Anybody got any of those hobnobs knocking around?
No, there weren't any.
Jeff
there
brings
weren't
over
any,
the two
any
hobnobs
left
that
at
he
all.
grabbed earlier and hands them both to Derek.
Thank you very much.
Apart from those ones.
Apart from those ones.
Keith brushing crumbs from his side of his mouth, like
He's covered in oaty flakes.
You know, I don't even remember them.
Throughout this entire
I nearly
time,
bit my fingers off. They were that tasty.
since becoming an Icosamon, Jeff's had a sort of recurring thought at the back of his head. It's a bit of a bad one, and he's not really wanting to address it, but it feels like now would be the right time. And so he very, very tentatively takes himself off to sort of like the bathroom on his own. And
Right.
Okay.
look, he's staring at himself in the mirror, and he makes himself visible.
Don't look
And he
yourself.
can
takes
see
takes a copy of the Avon book and just
Guys,
flips to the lingerie pages.
Every time.
looking at himself dead in the eye.
How to have a deep moment. And
As he
as he's
completes the task.
staring at himself in the mirror,
You deserve
looking at
this.
this
You
massive
deserve this.
green dragon with butterfly wings, he just says, "Casper?" As he thinks to the little boy that was up his sleeve as he got kicked into this machine, and wonders what has become of Casper. And there's no fucking noise! No!
He's with the flying broom now.
He's flying that broom
If
into
this
the heavens.
if this arc has killed Casper, Boys, you're about to see a real different side of Fairy
The
Dragon Jeff.
joy on the Dungeon Master's face.
You are going to see a real different side of Fairy Dragon Jeff.
He might not be dead. He might just be with your kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be in a pocket.
Hold on to that hope. Hold on to the hope that he might not be dead.
Yeah, I haven't got any confirmation that Bibbidi Bobbidi Broom is not complete. Isn't Matchwood. I mean, it's probable, but not.
Think of Casper as Schrodinger's octopus.
Yeah.
Okay, dude, you drinking that
the
far
viewers
too
at
quick.
home? A lot of strong liqueur has been swallowed by.
Okay.
That gulp was entirely blackcurrant liqueur. Then.
Yeah. Just neat Ribena. Double strength because I'm fucking
God.
hard.
God, slow down.
Jeff,
His teeth are red.
Jeff, roll a d10.
Oh, we'll cut the rest of that nonsense out, and then we'll just put that in.
Right.
Jeff's locking the door and crying for a minute.
Is anyone else doing anything before you go before your nocturnal activities? You hear that noise, but weirdly echoey because it's coming from the bathroom.
So what happens afterwards? Oh,
Yes,
Yeah.
that's how he finishes.
Derek's gonna
just
He's
guilt
just gonna
and shame.
be disgusted and go.
You
to
just
sleep.
hear the word Casper, and that's it.
Oh, gross.
You fucking went there. Don't start it. Don't start on me because I ended it strong.
Are those the sounds of his tears hitting the floor, or some other
I can
liquid?
hear Casper squelching about in there.
Back to my earlier question.
Poor little fucker. Oh, I can't hear this. Come on.
I hope he is.
Is anyone else doing anything this evening?
A lot of me's tempted to see what these other Icosmon are, but they could. I don't want to risk like unleashing a dragon that doesn't know who I am
In the apartment.
in an apartment the night before the games. It's that lunatic in room something. We can't.
I mean, you could open Barry's door and just open it in his apartment. I know they're his Icosamon. Don't do that.
You know, then they're his, and you'll go,
Yeah.
"Oh, thanks for returning those."
Someone nicked them earlier. I found them outside, mate. Oh, shit.
He's absolutely he's trashed now. He was trousered before the game. Well, before the opening ceremony began.
So he's either sobered up or
Yeah, should we break into his room and see what
in the
else he's
emergency
got?
room. We'll just nick his stuff.
Take his trousers, then see him go to
So
fucking
we've gone
games tomorrow.
shoplifting,
Murder,
we've
kidnap.
tried,
To steal.
we've tried murder, kidnap.
We bought one Icosa ball. That was our good deed for the arc, and that's it. We're fucking nicking
Yeah.
everything else from Barry, likely.
Well, we
gone
haven't
with
got
petty
that much
larceny.
money.
You're now going burglary. Like
We didn't
we just,
kill though. We didn't murder.
Yeah.
Yet. We didn't murder yet.
I love the
Yes.
enthusiasm, guys.
Team Shuttle in disguise. Are you Team Shuttle in disguise?
Yeah. Actually, Derek would like to commit a very quick murder before he goes to sleep.
Keth,
Yes.
do you have any of your
I
weapons
mean,
on you?
yes. Yeah.
Don't kill
Nothing's
them,
changed.
boys. I'm not in the room. Never mind.
So you still have all of your kit on you?
I'm entirely kitted up because I walked into that original room. You guys all leapt eagerly into the strange machine. Well, not all of you did. One of you was booted in, but yeah. So nothing has changed
was
for me.
tricked,
I've got a
I'll
snake
have you
up my
know.
arm and all my weapons and a pocket full of dreams, or Icosa balls, one of them,
Or both?
or both.
Okay, right. So this Jeff's coming out now. He's stroppy.
Oh,
He's
good
in
for
a
you,
rage,
man. Oh,
And He's not like that. Oh, yeah. And he comes out and he's sort of like, "Where's Bill?"
Come on, Pedro, we're going to be late. They're probably already in my office, and you know what happened last time? My office was trashed. There you all are. Well, we know what you're here for. It's time to commence the moment with the Dungeon Master. Right, the most important part of the moment is to give you lovely lot an enormous, great big lump of thank you for being here. Roll Britannia is nothing without its loyal support and love that we receive every single week from you, and we really appreciate every tiny little bit. Despite the scurvy and the danger and the terrible toilet facilities, you're back again! Huzzah! And get out of the way, it's a random celebrity shout-out! Why do I always forget to open the window and let these in? Well, this week it seems that TV host Dermot O'Leary has been listening in to the show and using our hilariousness as inspiration before he steps in front of camera. Well, Dermot, I hope you're not stealing our jokes, otherwise I'll have to send Pedro your way. And trust me, you don't need him in your dressing room. Pedro, I was just talking about you. Yes, of course, all good things. Now, where's my shout-out? Yes, wonderful. Are you going to hand it over nicely? I assure you, Pedro, I was only saying nice things. Mostly. No, sure. So, this week's shout-out goes to T-Dot. T-Dot? T-Dot? I'm sorry if I'm sorry. One of those will be right. Who gave us an amazing review on iTunes. Thank you for your lovely comments. And we're really glad that you took the time to do it. And yes, you're right, you don't need to know much about D&D to enjoy the show, because, well, let's face it, we don't know anything either. So, you know. What's all this? What's all this here? A huge pile of scrolls that are all addressed to me? And I know what they're going to say. They're going to say, James, how do I get my own shout-out? James, can I have an NPC named after me? James, were you missold payment protection insurance? Well, that really must be an old one. Well, the answer to all of those questions, apart from that last one, is yes. All you need to do is get in touch. And luckily, that couldn't be simpler. One quick search on social media, and there Roll Britannia shall be. Whichever one you like, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, we are there, and we love chatting to you lot. So, don't be shy. Just get involved. Now, if you're really enjoying the show, one amazing thing you can do for us, and it only takes a second, is to give us a lovely 5-star review. Some kind words from you really helps to keep the mighty Roll Britannia pirate ship afloat, and it also helps more fantastic people just like you to discover the show. And don't forget, bash that subscribe button, otherwise I'll make you muck out Pedro's cage. Right, I can't sit around here spouting knowledge and dishing out wisdom all day. I've got an adventure to administrate, a world to run, a universe to control. Get out of here, you lot. Go on. Go!
Listen,
He's
I'm
here.
not fighting. I'm not fighting anyone, and anyone who's stronger, that much stronger. But Bill could probably kick my ass at the moment. He's about twice my size, lengthwise. So I need to fight someone right now, and so I want to challenge him.
I've not actually seen that part of Bill, but I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. Are you having a fight with Bill?
I want to fight Bill.
Is Bill going to take part in this fight, Keth?
He does. I'm going to bite Bill. If he doesn't, I'm biting Bill off the bat. Can I roll to hit Bill?
No, Keth wouldn't. Keth wouldn't go.
He's up Keth's sleeve.
You're not fighting Bill.
Can I roll? To
You're not
serve
fighting Bill.
Bill?
You
You
don't.
can roll to. You can roll to attack. It's
I'll fight
Yeah,
you,
I
Jeff.
want to do that.
roll to hit.
Oh wow,
Ah,
Surprise round.
12.
it is a total surprise. Yeah. All right, let's find.
I mean,
Billiam's
I can't
stats.
imagine that a 12
It's not going to hit.
hits Bill
No.
or Keth.
No.
No, let me just find. Let me find him because I wasn't expecting that at the moment.
He just seemed like the best sort of fit for Jeff to want to fight out of all of you. I wasn't going to fight any of the other proper Icosamon because I've got 40,
He's not
15.
an Icosamon.
He is.
He is,
He's
to
a
be fair.
fucking snake.
Yeah.
Oh,
Any beast from the D&D world could be an Icosamon.
It's true.
And
Oh,
plus,
that's
when
true,
when you threw him out in front of Barry, he was like, "Oh my god, that's a really impressive Icosamon."
True.
Okay. So, what did you roll again?
I rolled a
hit?
24. No, 12.
No, you didn't.
But I'm invisible. But I can turn invisible and then I have advantage.
I'm afraid a 12 isn't going to do it.
Natural 20.
Okay, natural 20 hits.
Thank you. Do I get Bill?
Yeah.
That's 1 damage.
Yeah, cool. 1 piercing damage on Bill.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to grab Jeff's Icosaball and lob it at his head.
You don't know where I am. I'm invisible.
Well, no. Let's all do. If anyone who's partaking in this fight now, roll initiative.
Okay.
I'd like to partake, but only in the sense of just sitting and watching because I'm just happy to be out, basically.
Okay. I mean, you can still roll initiative and you can have your turn jeering if you want.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Okay. So
I'm getting involved purely for the de-escalation of it all.
Yeah, you said that last time, Malrus.
That went well last time.
Yeah.
Maybe you should just stay the fuck in your own lane and out of my battles, bitch.
Well, if we're battling in a penthouse on the night before the first match, we're gonna raise some
I just
sort of
found out
suspicion.
my best friend might be dead. You can fuck off.
So your immediate reaction was to try and kill somebody else's best friend?
I thought we were best friends.
You don't always believe me and do what I ask when I need you the most. He does. He's always been there for me, and now he might be dead. Back off, Malrus. I've bitten Bill. Deal with it.
Why?
Who are you talking about? And how did you get on my
I have no idea
sleeve?
who I'm on about. This is mental.
Yeah, that is one word for it. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Classic Jeff. I don't care. This is, that's a really good point, Paul.
What initiatives have we got then?
13.
okay.
13.
Bill is obviously involved, so he got a 15.
Nice.
Okay.
I got a 15 too.
8.
What's your initiative modifiers?
I don't know. Because it just says armor class, strength, dexterity, constitution, wisdom, intelligence, charisma. And then it says skills, arcana, perception, with stealth.
What's your dexterity modifier?
Yeah.
20.
No, as in what's the modifier?
Whoa.
It says 20.
So 10.
Does it not have a bracket?
No.
Plus, oh, okay, fair enough. Wow.
No. Not that I can see on this particular page. I might have a different reference.
Fair.
If you've got a 20, that's a modifier of 10, isn't it?
Yeah, he's
I
an
think so, yeah.
invisible dragon.
Okay, you're going to go ahead of Bill. Tom,
Yeah.
What did you roll?
I'm Bill, but invisible, basically.
Sorry, Keth. What did you roll?
Invisible.
Keth didn't do great. He got an 8.
8. Oh, dear.
I got
Jeff?
an 8 as well.
8. Who's got the higher initiative?
Bonus.
My dex is +2.
Yeah.
My
+2.
+3 for initiative.
There we go. What a lovely order. Jeff,
Yes.
you're up first.
Right. So,
This is weird for me because this is an entire round of combat I have nothing to do with.
yeah.
Let's crack on. I'll
Sorry,
just leave you to it, and I'll
Yeah.
back.
I got
Yeah,
into the
we'll do
roleplay a bit too much. My bad. You can't just do that to me, James. So I know
I
that's
can,
the
and
problem.
I have.
Well, this is the result. If this is what you do to me, this is the result. I'll attack my friends.
Wouldn't be
don't
the
know why.
first time.
I've got a euphoric breath.
So
Bill.
this is James's fault. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it does seem like a strange choice.
I've got a euphoric breath. Bill.
And what does
Okay.
that do?
So I'm going to fly at Bill. So in fairness, I've just bitten him, so he's right there. So I'm actually going to puff the euphoric gas up Keth's sleeve. And
He's got
then
one inflated sleeve like he's a bride from the 80s.
and Bill's got to succeed on a DC 11 Wisdom save throw, or for 1 minute he can't take reactions, and must roll a D6 at the start of each of his turn to determine whether its behavior to determine its behavior for that turn.
Holy crap. So Bill needs to roll a wisdom saving
Wisdom
throw.
save and get
Wisdom
more
save
than
of?
11 DC
How
11.
wise is a snake?
Not,
We're
he's not
about
that bad.
to find out.
He's not great on strength and charisma. Little bit of wisdom. Not great on intelligence. Which is why he hates peace accords, as we know.
Yes, we do know that.
Oh, that's not great. With my modifier, with Bill's modifier,
Yep.
3.
No. You are
No.
now
So
you are now got inflicted with. you
sorry, what did you actually roll?
2.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's not going to do it.
No, it's not. Now, what was the rest of the spiel? Bill can't have reactions.
So you can't have reactions, and at the start of each of his turns, he must roll to determine its behaviour during the turn.
So, Bill, roll a d6, I guess, because it's Bill's turn.
James, do you have any idea what the
another 3
behavioural patterns might be? Because there's nothing here.
I just feel sorry for Bill here. He was asleep up Keth's sleeve and got bitten and gassed.
On a 1 to 4, the target takes no action or bonus action and uses all of its movement to move in a random direction. On a 5 to 6, the target doesn't move, and the only thing it can do on its turn is make a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw, ending the effect on itself.
All right.
So what did you roll?
I rolled a 3, so that means
So you take no action or bonus action, and you use 100% of Bill's movement to move in a random direction.
What's Bill's movement? Isn't it like 30 feet?
It's got more because he can fly.
Yeah.
Hit the
I'm
wall.
sure
Okay.
So he's just pinging off the
He can
walls.
go 60 feet. How big is the apartment?
I mean, across all the rooms, probably about 60 feet. But
So
that
he
would be back to one wall. The longest possible distance between two walls in the entire apartment is probably 60 feet.
I suppose it makes sense. Basically, then, so Bill was asleep, was bitten, and was sucker punch bite on his snake arse, and then just went
And snaked off to the other side of the apartment,
jetted off in
basically.
alarm.
You must hit the wall quite hard though, because the wall, if you know,
Like a piece of spaghetti.
yeah.
I just picture him not taking a directly straight line.
Oh, like,
Yeah.
but off in the direction.
Just
Yeah.
zigzagging. Hasn't quite unfurled one wing properly. Like, "Ah!"
Crashes into a lamp on the way, you know.
Takes
But-
out the chandelier as we're in the
And he
as in
can't
the
take
executive
reactions.
suites.
He can't take reactions.
He can't take an action or reaction, no.
So does that mean he can't do the drive-by thing?
He can't do anything this turn.
Can't do anything.
His entire turn is fuck off to the other side of the room.
Yep,
60
I can't
feet away.
I quite like drive-by, but we'll use...
Let's call it 45 feet from where you are in a straight line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got 45 feet. Are we saying he's hit a wall?
Oh yeah, probably a few appliances.
Lamps, skittered off a few bits and pieces.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So now he's 45 feet away. But
The tea and coffee making facilities are scattered.
There's
And,
tea
of
bags
course-
and plastic UHT milk cartons fling
and
everywhere.
the little gingery biscuits have been flung across the room.
Those are my favourite.
The Lotus Biscoffs, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I could not. As if you had that in your head. Lotus Biscoff. Pow.
Jeff's going to use he's going to use his remaining movement just to get out of Keth's sleeve and to basically move to a corner, the opposite side, so he can get his back up into the wall and survey the situation the other way, so he can see Bill's the other side of the room for him.
Yeah. Okay. Malrus.
I am going to grab Jeff's icososphere from
Yep.
Keth's belt area,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna go, Jeff.
Cookies.
Jeffy. Where are you?
Cookie num nums. Cookies.
I've got some biscuits for you. Come on.
Who's a good Jeff? Who's a good Jeff?
Come on, Jeff. Come out.
He's invisible.
Can I roll to hear? No, roll
Unofficial.
to listen to see if I can hear him doing any giggles, or he might be rubbing up against a wall somewhere, or just something.
Yeah. Roll
weird.
perception.
Grinding his dragon teeth.
Yeah. What was your perception again, Keth?
I get
+5, I think.
I do. Stop taking notes.
So
plus
that's a 20.
Plus reductive.
Okay, yeah. With a 20, you do hear some rustling from the corner where Jeff is. Also, Jeff, your dexterity bonus is +5. Just FYI. Makes no difference to this. Just worth knowing.
Can I throw the Icosaball into the corner of the room in the noise general
You
direction?
shouldn't need to, because you can just return him. Because it's a ball he's previously been in. You're not capturing him in this new
Surely
ball.
it's got to be in the vicinity of, in the range.
Yeah, you just
the direction.
you got to point it at him, but you don't have to. You got to point it in that direction, but you don't have to throw the thing.
I'll point it in the
So
general
it'll be a Constitution contest.
Dun 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun,
What's
dun,
your
dun,
Constitution, Keth?
For God's sake.
And mine says
+2.
mine's 13. So what does that give me? A plus?
+1. I'm looking at your stat sheet at the moment. It's a +1.
Oh, can you send it to me then? Because I must not have a full stat sheet of mine.
Yeah, you don't. Clearly.
Ooh,
I know mine.
I know mine.
3, 2, 1. 18.
Oh my god! Oh,
And it goes to the runner. It goes to the runner, you bastard.
Yeah. So you put up a bit of a fight, but you are sucked
said,
back
what's the
into
plus?
the.
Oh, you've got +2. I've got +1. Either way, you'd fucking win.
Yes.
The straw clutching ends.
Yep.
I'll play fair.
Yeah. Well, that's good of
Unless
you to play
you
by the
build.
rules.
Yeah.
Who didn't get...
What did Bill do to deserve any of that?
As the
dear.
Icososphere pops back into my hand after capturing Jeff, after that little bit of a struggle, I'm going to be like, whisper to the ball. I don't know if you can hear me. Let's be like, sorry, dude. Don't want any fuss calls tonight. I'm just going to chuck it back in Keth's direction.
Thanks, man.
All this fighting's rather entertaining and all that, but is anybody else absolutely knackered?
I'm shattered and hungry.
There's a couple of Lotus Biscoffs on the floor over there if you want some of them.
Thank God.
Bill.
They're out of lasagna.
Bill, come on down, buddy. Bill.
Nom, nom, nom.
I'm still going to fight Bill.
What did Bill do to you?
Nothing.
Nothing.
And I will be there to put Jeff in his place once more.
What we don't want is for Bill to just go on a ramp. You don't want Bill to just kick your ass really badly, ready for a fight.
Yeah,
you
because
don't want that
I was
situation
losing
to
that
happen.
battle, wasn't I? After biting him and throwing
No. What we don't want is it to
he
actually...
was kicking my
we don't
ass.
want it-
Sorry, Keth. That's why you had to put me in my fucking cage, because I was fucking losing. You little bitch.
You did do one piece of damage, yes.
You send your little doppelganger after me. Oh, I don't want to hurt my little baby boy. Mine might have fucking died, bastard.
God.
How am I getting the incoming?
I know.
I didn't even have a go.
You're the master.
He's not
I'm
the
in
reason why.
control. You're my little battle bitches.
So
I'm having
We're
an
all
emotional
very
crisis,
sad.
Keth, and you just send me to my room. What kind of father are you?
Every father.
The only one you've got.
good response.
Oh.
Right.
Sorry, Dad.
So all this madness has sort of calmed down, and you can hear grumbling coming. If you put Jeff's Icosis ball to your ear, all you can hear is.
I thought that was Derek's stomach. He's starving.
I could eat a horse.
Are you all gonna chill the fuck out and go to bed now?
Yes.
After ordering
Okay.
room service, yes.
Okay, this is an important question. What did you have from room service?
I had a horse. I literally just said I could eat a horse. But I got about halfway through it and thought,
That's your horse. Which half did you get through? The front, the back, or the side?
I feel like the rump at the back end is probably meatier, so I probably went straight for that.
Did you start from top
Yeah.
down?
I like the ears. You've got to have the ears and the mane fresh, otherwise.
You want to save the hooves till last.
Yeah.
Was it from nose to tail, but in half? Have you eaten?
Oh, goodness me. So the next morning...
All the horses are now turned off the podcast. Great.
There's an announcement comes over
with
the
their
tavern
hooves.
the hotel going, the knockout gas will be released now, and you all pass out.
Yeah. So you wake up in the next morning, and frankly, it's like the scene from the
Godfather, where there's half a horse in the bed.
I suppose I've got the only bed, so it'll be next to Keth's head.
Oh, that's where I left that.
I was thinking more of The Hangover because there's just chaos. There's half a horse just in the room, empty beer bottles about the place. There's Lotus Biscoff scattered around the room. Mike Tyson's there.
I can't wait for the fan art of this.
Jeff's balls buzzing on the floor still.
Just with a bunch of angry noises coming from inside.
Yeah,
still ranting,
slowly, like, shuffling across the carpet. Like...
And you are awoken to the sound of knocking at the door.
Yes.
The knocking persists. I mean, where are you waking up, Keth? Are you waking up in the bedroom, or have you just passed out on the floor somewhere?
I was in the bedroom next to the horse's head.
Next to the horse's head.
I don't want the room cleaned. Go away.
As the knocking persists, I'm just going to walk over to the door, picking bits of hoof out of my teeth, and just open it.
Yeah.
At the door is an orc wearing a sort of smart red uniform with a sort of fairly simple sort of circular red and gold hat, sort of perched at a slightly jaunty angle on their head. And
what do you want?
The uniform has sort of gold frogging and gold buttons and stuff. And the orcs, yes, and he sort of clicks his heels together and says, "Got a message for you, your trainer," and hands over a piece of paper.
That's me. What is it?
As I stumble out of the bedroom.
Message for you. And he sort of leans around Gallup Derrick and sort of hands the paper over to you, Keth, sort of round the side of Gallup Derrick, who sort of was standing stonily in the doorway.
What do you
quite
want?
menacing.
Yeah.
Probably still holding the door not on its hinges anymore,
No.
because he probably opened it from the wrong side.
Still wearing a tie.
Still wearing a tie. And he hands you a sealed envelope, or envelope, depending on how posh you are. And I say, clicks his heels, turns about smartly, and briskly walks away.
Oh,
Nice chap.
That breakfast still hasn't arrived yet. Is it on its way?
It's coming, sir. Coming, sir.
5 orders, please.
Because I'm thinking of Derek and how big and hungry he generally is.
Well, he ate a whole horse last night.
Yeah, I'm actually
And-
pretty stuffed.
Well, except the head.
Read it. Read it, Keth.
Right.
And then Keth will open the... Is it all sealed? Like,
It
as
is,
in,
yeah, it's
not
got
sealed,
a-
not just gummed, but like a red wax
It's got a
seal on the
waxed
back.
seal on it, yes.
What's the picture of on the seal?
It is. It's an intricate design of a shield of the nature that you.
Strategic homeland. Oh, okay. No. Wrong one. Wrong shield.
It says fidelity.
Is it virtue?
It's a shield that you're not super familiar with, but it looks vaguely familiar to you, as though you might have seen it in relatively recently. It's a shield that. It's divided in quarters. In the top right and the bottom left are 2 icosahedral designs, and in the top left and the bottom right, the top left contains what appears to be a sort of stylized orcish figure, and the bottom right is a sort of fairly gruesome-looking sort of orcish weapon.
So would I be able to... I don't know if that explanation is all we're going to get, but if I rolled a history check, would I recognize the figure or the weapon, or is that all we're going to get?
It really depends on Keth's knowledge of orcish history.
Well, there is some there.
Okay, so roll a history check then.
I shall. not ever done one of these before, I don't think. I'm sure the ladies and gentlemen at home will correct me. Okay. How about, again, not very good, 14. With a +0 to history.
The +0 makes all the difference, you see.
It does indeed,
With a 14, you do recognise this shield. You sort of stare at the embossing in this wax seal, and you realise that where you've seen this before is actually on the outside of a number of buildings in the Orcish Republic that you've seen. And a vague memory comes back to you that the Orcish Republic has itself a ruler and a family that rules over the empire. It's a constitutional monarchy. You see, they have a house of rulers who do very little other than things like state openings and cutting ribbons and smashing Orcish beer bottles on new land ships and things, and then they have the sort of the Senate, the Republic itself, who do most of the decision making within the Empire. So you recognise this as the seal of the official, for want of a better word, royal house of the Orcish Republic.
The Royal House of the Orcish Republic. And do I recognise? That's very nice. Very happy with that. What about the weapon?
It's just an Orcish weapon.
Is it a blade or a...
It is indeed a blade, yes.
Oh, it is a blade, right.
Yes.
So it's not some sort of firearm. Okay, fine. And the icosahedral designs. Any more to add?
They look very much like icosospheres.
Thought so. Cool. Okay. And... recognise him. And then I'll slip open the envelope. Ooh!
Inside is
with my ruby letter sword, which I got a little while ago.
Yes. Inside is it looks quite a lot like a colourful pamphlet, which has inside it a sort of grid, a tree, if you will, of basically it's the schedule for all the fights that are due to take place. And in all of the little boxes on the first row are all of the names of all the competitors, and they've all been paired up. And each one of those leads to another pairing from the previous 4, and each one of those leads to another pairing from from 4 below that, until you get to the final 2.
I'm going to lean over
this is the group
shoulder
stage
and say, "We've got no fucking chance."
It's like I'm talking to myself.
You've seen how many people we've got to beat.
What I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab... because I want him to see this. And hopefully he's had the night to calm down. I want him to see this so we can see what's going on, what's happening next. And I'll grab Jeff's Icosa ball and hold it up to my face and go... Keth will hold it to his face and go, "I need you to be cool and come and have a look at what we just received in the post. There's even some breakfast on the way." And then I will release Jeffrey.
Nothing comes up.
Okay.
You see nothing. You maybe hear something.
Okay, cool. Jeff, if you're here, this is what's going to be happening. We know who we're fighting first. I suppose we've got our name in our first battle, haven't we?
You do, yeah.
Who is it?
And as it happens, the first battle is between Emperor Keth Frostiron.
Yep.
They spelled it right. Excellent.
They have, yes. And someone whose name is Caitlin.
Kate.
And what's even more pressing about this is that it says that the battle starts in just under 10 minutes' time.
Oh, shit. I've got to clean my tie.
We're not going to get breakfast.
So Keth got his lasagna. In fact, he took the the tray. Derek caused a commotion, then put himself away. They all head back to their room for some needed shut-eye. Jeff checks on Casper, but there is no reply. Angry and emotional, Jeff takes it out on Bill. Derek orders a horse from room service, then finally sleeps and chills. Awoken by a messenger with news on who they're battling. Their first match starts in 10 minutes. Against the trainer, Caitlin. So will our bucks come together to beat their first competitor? We'll find out next time on Roll Britannia.
Now then, you lot, we need your help. We need to make our piratical adventure simply the best D&D 5e podcast out there on the 7 seas. So, we've decided to be very brave indeed and launch our own Roll Britannia Patreon page. And don't you worry, though we may be scoundrels and vagabonds in the Shattered Lands, we're certainly not going to be stealing your hard-earned booty to line our coffers. All of the money we raise will be ploughed right back into the show, so we can be the best that we can be. So what's in it for me, I hear you say? Well, there's a whole treasure chest's worth to be had. There's exclusive Buccaneer prologues so that you can learn some of the secrets of our favourite heroes and where it all began. You'll also be able to read the finest tabloid on the high seas, the Daily Teledath. You can get your hands on ARC-exclusive merchandise too that you won't find in our shop. And the best part, your very own handcrafted, beautifully made and totally unique piece of crap art drawn just for you by your favourite Buccaneer. Just look out for Roll Britannia on patreon.com, or even easier, follow the links in our social media or Linktree pages and let us navigate the way for you. And worry not, the nautical antics of the Roll Britannia Buccaneers will still be available every Wednesday as usual, absolutely free. After all, we certainly wouldn't want any of our amazing and loyal fans to be spending any more than they can afford. We wouldn't have got anywhere without you and all the other awesome fans out there. So, with your help and your support, you, yes, you, can make this show even better.